do I feel good today? What's good, everybody? I am your leader, the coach. This is your sports and sports betting brand of record. We like to call it Driving the Line. We're here every single weekday at 10 a.m. Eastern time. If you do not subscribe to this YouTube page, I encourage you to do it right here, right now. I need you to hit that like button. It really helps us grow as we come to the end of our very first month on the rebrand and on the relaunch. And sometimes when you have some of the best cappers in the world, you have those special days. And yesterday was one of those special days. Look at our board. Absolute perfection yesterday from every single person. AB, our man Howie Schwab, they got to 204 in that game. The crew, you nailed it. They won by 6 in overtime. The Z-Man cashing both. And then your boy, the Warriors, winning big. Cavs, big. Suns, big. That's how you sweep the board. So we're going to do things a little bit differently today to see how you like it. And I need all of you in the chat to let us know, because as we grow, as we change, we want to do things just for you. So without further ado, let's bring in the stars of the show, because you know them, you love them. And look who we have today. 3 of the absolute very best. First, my partner in crime. He's our 5-tool player. AB, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Coach. Good morning, everybody. Good to see you.
Very straight and to the point. That's what happens when you're perfect. Now, he's a guest from the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. We are thrilled to have him today. Terrell Furman, the villain, is here. Good morning, Terrell.
Oh, man. I just want to know why you didn't invite me yesterday so I could get some of that good luck to rub off on me. You know how hard it is to go perfect 2 days in a row? Now the pressure's on. But you know what? I'm here. I'm having a great day. Appreciate you for having me.
My man. And he is our silent assassin. He is our senior brand manager as well. Jacob, good morning, sir.
Hello. I will do my best to complete the perfect sweep with the 2 plays left over from yesterday. We'll make sure they cash tonight. So,
all right. Ed says, first time joining live after that day yesterday. How could I not join live? Damn, you're exactly right. A little bit of housekeeping. If you guys don't have your merch items, they are live right now. Today's the last day to get our featured merch item. On Monday, a brand new one will be revealed. There is the QR code. So many of you have sent me tweets with pictures. You're representing the brand all over the country, all over the world. We really appreciate that as well. All right, AB, it's all about the universe. It's all about them. What are our selections today, sir?
Yep. So we have 4 options here. All right. And it's a tough board, specifically in college basketball tonight. All right. Nevada -2.5, right there at -105. Dayton VCU over 135.5. And then going to the NBA, the Atlanta Hawks, the 76ers. Which one are you riding? Hawks -2.5, 76ers +2.5. Poll is in the chat now. Vote, and we will update at the end of the show.
He's damn right. Spaghetti and Meatball says, holy rip, a full sweep. And then, unfortunately, Big Cheesy. He went rogue, AB. Big Cheesy went rogue, and he got his butt beat, just like it's going to happen on Sunday, big boy. Just like it's going to happen on Sunday. All right, Terrell, we are very gracious hosts here at Driving the Line. Very, very gracious. So I know that you are on the 76ers game in a way, so I need you to hold it because we got a little production we like to get into right here, right now, wasting no time. Let's bet the board. All right, Sinful Saint says Sixers getting a win today at home. So, Terrell, we're starting with you. You have 3 big plays from the National Basketball Association. Let's start with the Sixers. What do you got?
Oh, man. I mean, we can start here. The Atlanta Hawks, thank you for the biggest tease of the season. I appreciate you. I appreciate you for teasing this all season long. DeJounte Murray's going here. Oh, he's going to Utah. Oh, he's going to the Lakers. He's going to my New York Knicks. And then for the trade deadline to happen and no move to be made. This team, who is the worst team ATS over the course of the season, just got a lot worse by not even moving the piece that they've been talking about moving this entire time. So I'm fading them today. They're giving up 130 points per game over their last 5 games, 27th in opponents' field goal percentage. Hawks are first in pace during that span. And without Joel Embiid, no James Harden on his team anymore. Tyrese Maxey, when he was running this unit last year, he ran the pace with them. So I think it's going to be high pace in this one. They score inside the paint. Hawks can't stop anybody from scoring inside the paint. Give me a team total over on the 76ers, 120.5 minus 105.
All right, you can keep going. 15 seconds on the next two.
And we got the Washington Wizards, who, believe it or not, nobody's paying attention. They're playing slightly better defense than they have been playing all season, especially from the three-point line. And in the last 5 games, they are actually top 10 in the league in opponents' three-point percentage. And guess what? They get the Boston Celtics today, who shoot the most three-point attempts over the course of the league. Now, I am a Celtics hater. If there's anybody that hates the Celtics, it's me. If it's anybody that says the Celtics aren't good, it's me. However, they've been horrible ATS this season. They've allowed teams in games, and they've underachieved. And so I think this is a spot where I'm not going to back the side because I'm a little skeptical, but I will take the total here under 238.5. I think that the Wizards are going to challenge them on the three-point line. I think that the Wizards have no resistance for them inside the paint. However, because they shoot so many threes, the Celtics are not going to go inside the paint. So I expect to see a little bit slower pace, and an under in this game is 3-7, and both of these two teams lasted 10 games to the over. So here we are. Fate in Boston, fate in the Wizards under 238.5. And to close things out, the Milwaukee Bucks are playing the Charlotte Hornets, who have an entirely new roster. Those guys just met each other yesterday, and now they're about to go play in an NBA game. Somehow, some way, the Bucks are 19-36 ATS this season, 10-16 at home. However, the Hornets are worse at 17-32-2 and 8-16 on the road. I'm fading this Hornets team. I think they're horrible. I think they're trash. The Bucks 6-2 ATS on back-to-backs this season in the first half. I think they're going to go out there and get it done, especially after getting embarrassed by Minnesota last night.
Wow. Tell us how you really feel, Terrell. Tell us how you really feel about that. By the way, we never talk before the show because we like everybody to make the picks that they want. I actually had that Wizards Celtics under as one of my plays today. So I completely agree. I think it's going to be a blowout. And when the Celtics do that, well, normally the pace slows down. Yep. So I love that play as well. All right, 3 plays from the villain to get us started. Let's stay in the National Basketball Association because, AB, coming over to you, you have been an absolute savage when it comes to predicting and nailing players that are going to hit threes. What do we have today, big boy?
Love them. All right, so the sports books have picked up on what we've been doing with Nikola Jokic over half of a three. So they've moved the number to 1.5 threes. But remember, that's how we did it last year too. All right. They moved it, we adjusted, and we kept going. I like Jokic playing it singularly over 1.5 threes at plus 185 because, again, you look at the game tonight. All right. Sacktown's got to get a win. They have got to get a dub. I think that we're going to see points in this game back and forth. So I like Jokic here. All right. Now we're going to put together a little static and same game parlay, what we've been doing. All right. We're going to take that Jokic number down from needing 2 to needing 1. We're going to take De'Aaron Fox, the other side, 1+3 as well. And then Trae Young. All right. Everything Terrell just laid out in regards to the Hawks and the 76ers. There's going to be a ton of points in this game. I like Trae to put up a lot of 3 attempts, a lot of attempts in general. So we're going to take Trae at 3+3s or more. Generally, we don't like to go above 2 unless it's, quite frankly, Steph or Klay Thompson. But Trae's going to have a big one tonight. I think that there's going to be a ton of points. So, yeah, put those 3 together, plus 155.
Well, my man, Big Cheesy says, AB 3 parlays on fire. Absolute auto tail. That's what my man is all about. Also, where is it at? I knew that voice sounded familiar. I thought I was watching the NBA pod. We don't just get any jokers around here. Me and AB get the absolute very best.
Hey, man, shout out to CapQuest. He's definitely a regular on my show. Great to see him over here as well.
Fantastic cross promotion. It's a crazy thought in this business. Crazy thought. By the way, Matt says the villain knows how to give a take. Love the work, Terrell. By the way, AB.
Appreciate it.
You know, AB, that we get texts literally all night long. And our man, Howie Schwab, who has been in the hospital all week, has still been giving out picks and hitting at almost, 100% clip? I don't know if he's missed all week in the hospital, in bed with tubes everywhere. So we got to pick today. And AB, I want your take on it. Dayton over VCU. Flyers forward Darren Holmes, he says, scoring just under 20 points a game. Dayton allowing just 65 points per game. Dayton gets their 20th win of the season. It's a Friday light schedule. Your thoughts, AB?
Yeah, it's a good play. I mean, we got a short spread for a reason. It's going to be a heck of a game, but it's tough to fade Dayton, man. And, when you start getting to the 20-win range, I mean, Dayton is a team in March Madness every single year that you see them and you're like, oh, damn, we got to play Dayton, right? Yeah, I like it, man. It's a good play tonight. It's going to be a fun game for sure.
Back in the day, I did some games at that arena when I was trying to break into sports from WWE. And, man, it's a great arena to go to. It's a great arena. I don't know if it's home tonight. I didn't even look. But, by the way, Terrell, don't bury the lead. You make music. I want some of your music here on the show, a little theme music for us. We need to get that worked out. Apparently somebody –
I do have some theme music now. I don't know if it's gonna be, they got the copyright infringement and all of that. I don't know. But I have an intro song. It's based off WWE, so I'm just saying.
Well, I have two, and we play here on the show too. So I still get a check for $73 every 3 months from the WWE because my theme music was on the CD. It's $73 every single time, AB. All right, this man is one of the nicest guys you're ever going to meet. But when you start talking about soccer and the NHL, he's an absolute savage. Jacob, what do we got today, big boy?
Well, Coach, real quick, thanks for Terrell for coming on. He's my former coworker, and I am coming for his NBA show. So just so he knows, it's great follow, great listen, but we're here for some soccer today, and I have a lower league lowdown for you guys because it is my jam. Like Coach likes to say, I like to say. So tonight, this is 2 plays for tomorrow. I am on Derby, who is in second, versus 18th place Shrewsbury. This is in England League One. Derby 7-1 at home, and they are 8-9 over their last 9 games of their team total hitting over 1.5 goals. Shrewsbury just 1-19. When it comes to going over 3.5 goals per game. So only once in the last 20 games they've seen that. Shrewsbury 3-10-2 on the road versus an 8-3-3 Derby home team. I really like Derby to get it done and to stay under 3.5 goals. It's a good way to bring the price down because it's a little steep. I'm also on Wrexham in League Two. Wrexham, a team total over 1.5 goals. All 14 home games for Wrexham have seen them hit over 1.5 team total goals. They're also 12-1-1 at home, taking on a Bradford team who has no wins in their last 8 games, and all but 1 games lost on the road have gone over 1.5 goals. So when Bradford loses on the road, they allow more than 1.5 team total goals. So I'm going to take Wrexham to score 2+ goals against Bradford tomorrow. These both start at 10 a.m.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. Because these smaller leagues are where we tell you guys at home that we can really make some money. Because you heard what Jacob just said, 12 straight games, they've gone over 1.5 goals. 12 straight, but yet it's only minus 112. That means they're not paying attention to these leagues, correct, Jacob? Yes?
Yeah, you can find some real gems here. There's so many leagues, not everyone bets them, but I find the good ones for you.
Yeah, you do. All right. He's also in the chat a lot of the time, but today he's going to be on the whole show because I want to promote the hottest cappers that we have. Now, AB, before we get to our Super Bowl picks, because this is the last day before the Super Bowl, I found 2 plays that I absolutely love. And I love your Jokic plays as well. So we got a little, what do we call it here at the show? Synergy. So I love the Nuggets. I love the Nuggets plus 1.5, minus 115. They just beat the Lakers. We cashed them with the Z-Men their last game, and I believe, and this is kind of to poke the bear a little bit with Big Cheesy and lighten the beam, and the Kings stink right now, and we're getting 1.5. I'll take it. Then also the Pelicans on the money line. They're in Los Angeles, and right now Los Angeles is doing more as far as they just had a Kobe Bryant night, which was very, very emotional, but as far as what they're doing on the court, they're just not a very good team. So I didn't want any part of the spread at all. I'm just going to take the money line at minus 120, play a little bit extra juice. And the Pelicans have been playing really good basketball the last 4 or 5 games. I think that continue that tonight. Tay says, I'm always following you, Coach. You're the coach. Thank you, Tay. Thank you very much. All right, final day, gentlemen, before we get to the Super Bowl on Sunday. And Terrell, and I want to make it very quick so we can get into the discussion, but we have been accumulating picks for 2 weeks now. We've got a huge board. So you have
Sheesh.
that's not even the half of it. That's not even the half of it. But I know you brought a few. Make it very quick. Just kind of rip through them, and we'll react.
Yeah.
We got them up on the screen there. What do you like today?
Well, Patrick Mahomes is the greatest quarterback of all time. And if you don't want to believe it, it's fine. It's perfectly fine. You can be late to the Patrick Mahomes GOAT party. And I'm going to be there, a little twisted, probably had a few cocktails, and I'll welcome you into the party. He's going to get it done yet again. Chiefs plus 110 to win it all. And I'm going to take the under because these defenses have not been talked enough this season. That Chiefs secondary is one of the best in the league, and the 49ers pass rush is still really, really good. With Joe Thuney going to be out, last time we seen a pass rush that got Patrick Mahomes, he ended up losing to Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. So under 47.5, I think that both of these two teams are going to struggle to score. Brock Purdy's only been over 31.5 pass attempts 3 times of all the games this season. 15 of 18. He has gone under this line, and you're giving me minus 125 in the Super Bowl? Why change anything you've been doing that's been working all season, Kyle Shanahan? You haven't been letting them throw the ball crazy. Don't let them do it in the Super Bowl. Under 31.5 pass attempts. And Isaiah Pacheco, it's the same thing, just flip. He's been rushing the ball all year long. The Chiefs go get an early lead in the first half, and then they get very, very conservative with Isaiah Pacheco, and he ends up going over, getting 20 rushing attempts. I think he's in for 20 rushing attempts in the Super Bowl. Give me Isaiah Pacheco over 16.5 rush attempts, minus 105. And you kept talking about my nickname, the villain. How do you think I got that nickname? I go against the public. I hate the public. They're not good bettors. And the public is all over, oh my God, to be the first song of Usher. First of all, he did the song in the Super Bowl before. He did it in the Super Bowl before. Why would he do it again? So, as real Usher fans know, he said, I'm bringing real R&B back this Super Bowl. Nothing is more real in R&B. Nothing has more of an iconic intro than Superstar. 30-1? Absolutely. I'm telling you right now. And by the way, I'm not trying to brag, but I did cash Rihanna's first song last year. I don't know if I can curse up here, but I did cash that song.
Terrell, you're allowed to brag here on the show. That's kind of what we do. It's kind of what we're all about. So you can brag about it. Now, right now, Jacob's over there because AB is a hip hop guy. Like he's picking up what you're dropping down. Jacob's over there. He's looking at you like, what in the world are you talking about? What is Superstar?
I lost him.
Yeah, you lost him a little bit. But there was one pick right there, AB. Let me come to you because I love the discussion here because sometimes we get so caught up in the picks that we don't even say who do we think is going to win the game. But you and I last night were on a great post-game show in Memphis together, you and I. And you hit on something I thought was really, really smart. You said the total hasn't changed one iota. It started around 47.5. And that's where it stuck. And Terrell likes it today. What do you make of the fact that the total hasn't moved at all?
Yeah, so first off, Superstar is an excellent pick right there. That is a great intro song to get that thing going. I'm going to bet that as soon as the show ends. But yeah, for the total, man, it hasn't moved. Like we've all talked and spoke about the spread. That total has sat at 47.5 for 2 weeks now. And I like the play there on the under, right? I mean, you've got two teams with great defenses. All right. The Chiefs defense playing out of its mind right now. But number two, I think you're going to see a 49ers team that says, all right, our best defense against Patrick Mahomes is our offense and keep him off the field. Right. So you're going to see longer sustained drives on both teams. I like it, man. I think it could be an old school, like kind of slugfest type of a game. And I say that as positively as possible, right? Like those games are fun as hell, man. So yeah, I like that under for sure. And if you're looking for correlated plays in regards to that, if you really like the under, and especially kind of much under 47.5, go ahead and play punts over 7.5 in that game because you're probably going to have punts.
Money.
Yep.
You like that punt one, Terrell? Seemed like
yeah, I had my eye on it. I'm kind of upset that I didn't get to add it to the graphic. I forgot about it. But yeah, total points over 7.5. It's like plus 110. I think that both of these two teams are going to be a lot of 3-and-outs, a lot of ugly drives. I think everybody thinks that you see Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, especially with all the Taylor Swift going on. And then you got Deebo Samuel, who's been talking in the media. You got George Kittle, who's a personality, like all these options, Christian McCaffrey, and they're like points. And you look at the betting splits and you're getting some 60-70% of the money coming in on that over. but it hasn't moved like AB said. Why is that total not moved and you're getting all of this money coming in? It's because it's a line freeze. And when you get a line freeze, you go in on the opposite way. That's why I love the under.
I think we need to have Terrell on the show a little bit more. I like how you move. I like how you talk. I like how you talk. I'm being dead serious about that. Jacob, let me come to you because you're always telling me all the time, Coach, I could do all the sports. I could pick all the sports. Well, right here, right now, I need to know where do you think this game is headed for you? Either the total or do you like a side?
I like a side here, and I have 2 prop bets that I've been waiting to give out, but I'm not really here for football. So I have first play. Let's go Chiefs on the money line plus 113. Gonna take down San Fran. All year long, I have been saying San Fran is a paper tiger. I don't believe in it. They really remind me of the Falcons team that got smashed after the 28-3 halftime against Brady. This team really reminds me of that, and I just kind of have that feel going into the game that they're gonna look good and then just get demolished by KC. The other thing I like here, largest lead of the game under 14.5 points is only minus 130. I think with these 2 defenses and the fact that this is going to be, I think, more of a rush-heavy game, I think that we definitely won't see a more than 2 touchdown lead here. I think the 14.5 is really going to keep us under that the whole time. So I really like that. And then lastly, I like no score in the first 6 minutes of the game. 3 of the last 4 games for San Fran have seen it. I believe 15 out of the last 20 for KC. And all the last few Super Bowls, I haven't hit in the first 6 minutes. So I really like that too. So those are going to be my 3 big plays heading into Sunday.
All right, very, very good. Now you better have had your paper and your pencil to write those 3 down in addition to all of our other picks. All right, Jacob, I'm going to drop you off. I need you to go into the chat. If you have any questions for Jacob, put them into the chat. He will answer them for you in real time. AB, what do you make? I feel like Jacob kind of had a little bit of an attitude right there. I feel like he was a little bit bitter, right?
I kind of liked it. No, he's got some good picks too. That's solid,
hey,
man.
Man,
that under 14.5, like that's not a bad play, man. I thought it would be 13.5. Make the books make you sweat it a little bit. That's a solid play, man.
Well, the way they have been playing in the first 2 playoff games, they were down double digits to the Packers. I believe it was 14 was the biggest one there. And then the Lions obviously were up 17 at halftime. I don't believe, like UAB or Terrell, that's going to happen in this one. But if they don't jump out and score early, then that Chiefs defense has been so much better than in years past. I think that it could get to double digits only if the 49ers don't jump out to a big lead. All right, so we got all of our Super Bowl picks done, but there's so much more that happened yesterday in Las Vegas. And we've talked about a lot on Driving the Line, Terrell, me and AB, about futures betting. And there's a lot of new people that come here. They want to learn and all that. And I hate futures betting because you have to sit there all year long just to be let down a lot of the time. But Lamar Jackson, he cashed yesterday with the MVP. But now as we start to look forward, and there's going to be odds up like that for next year's MVP, for next year's bets. But now the regular season, in my mind, is going to be irrelevant for the Ravens and also for the Cowboys. So how motivating do you think Lamar Jackson will be next year based off the fact that this year, all that momentum just to get stopped in the AFC Championship game?
I think it's tough for Lamar, but it's not because of how the playoffs played out. I think the playoffs, he just kind of ran into a buzzsaw that is Patrick Mahomes. I mean, do you get mad at Charles Barkley for losing to Jordan? Do you get mad at any of those teams, the Cavs, like all those teams when Jordan finally started getting going and he won all those championships? You don't get mad at them for losing to Jordan, so I'm not going to get mad at you for losing Patrick Mahomes. I'm really not. But I think that now it's really the downpour of this offseason we were talking about, and people forget it. Lamar Jackson was not signed to this team in the offseason. They had to get the contract going, get an extension going, and keep him with that team. But there were talks of him going to Atlanta, and then Atlanta said, no, we're good. We don't want Lamar. We want to stick with Desmond Ridder of all people. Like, I can't even believe that. Just first of all, pause. Wait a second. The Hawks should be looked at for tanking. They should be looked at for tanking. If you're an Atlanta fan, you should boycott that team because there's no way that you started the year saying We have no interest in Lamar Jackson, who went on to be an MVP. This was his narrative year. This was the year. Everybody just sat there and everybody doubted me. Nobody went after me in the offseason. I had to stay here with the Ravens. Now I just proved to you that I can ball out, and I got the offensive coordinator that was going to be able to help me do that. And I think that's why he's going to have a good year next year, because he does have Todd Monken as offensive coordinator. They let him air the ball out through the air and on the ground, not just on the ground. So he's way more multifaceted. He plays a lot better. He looked a lot better this year. With Dak, he's a Cowboy. What can I say? It's really not going to matter. He's a Cowboy. They just lost their defensive coordinator. Dan Quinn, and that defense really was the heart and soul of that team. So Dak probably is going to have a bad year. But Lamar, he's good. He's fine.
And now Dan Quinn, AB, is over in Washington. And I don't know that I've ever seen a situation where you have two players that play amazingly well in the regular season. And I go back to Tony Romo with this. And then now you've got two guys and the reigning MVP. So, AB, when you're looking at futures, and the MVP is something people love to bet on, they absolutely love it. But you got two guys that simply can't get it done in the playoffs. Can you remember in your betting career ever having a situation like this?
Well, the tough part is that I blame John Harbaugh way more than I blame Lamar Jackson, because look at what Lamar and the Ravens offense did all year. They were aggressive. Todd Monken was the perfect hire. We broke it down all year long that this OC did exactly what Lamar needed. You just pick the places where he's excellent, and you find the couple spots where he's not as good, and you eliminate him, and you stay aggressive. They were blowing folks out all year long. Guess what? You get right to the playoffs. John Harbaugh completely changes. He gets real tight, shrinks in, and doesn't play his style. So, look, I don't blame Lamar Jackson one bit. John Harbaugh needs to start acting like Jim Harbaugh and be aggressive in these big games. He does, man. He does. Look, this Ravens playoff thing has been here well before Lamar Jackson got here. The Ravens have done it. Quite frankly, if it weren't for Joe Flacco and a 70-yard bomb, like, we're talking about this every single time with the Ravens. So they got to figure that thing out. Now, in Washington, fascinated to see how Dan Quinn does second time around as a head coach. I don't know where that locker room is. They've gone through a lot of change. You've got new ownership there as well. So I, quite frankly, do not know. I love Dan Quinn. I mean, he's a heck of a football coach, and he seems like a heck of a guy, right? Like, I mean, locker rooms always rally around him. You look at what, he did there with the Falcons. But we'll see, man. Like, they've got talent, and that division, like, where's Philly? You know what I mean? Like, where do they sit? Yeah, like, I think that's the most difficult part, but we'll see. They certainly have the defense for it. He's going to walk into a damn defensive line that is basically just Nick Saban's Alabama team. So, I mean, he's got a good start there.
Here's the situation, too, and I don't know if you guys saw this, because, we love, Scott Van Pelt's bad beats. We love reading online. But did you guys see some of the losses last night with the tiebreaker? You brought up Flacco and the Browns. Stefanski getting the coach of the year cost a lot of people hundreds of thousands.
Jalen Carter.
Oh, God.
Jalen Carter not winning defensive rookie of the year.
Yes.
Wait, hearts and prayers to the guy who had the Lamar Jackson, Myles Garrett, CJ Stroud, parlay, and it got ruined by Jalen Carter not making rookie of the year. Oh man, that's a horrible.
That was brutal. It was hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now, one final couple of things on the Super Bowl, and we're going to get the hell out of here. By the way, for those of you who are not crew members yet, if you haven't joined, just go to our YouTube page. You can join it right there. We have all kinds of crew exclusives. We have extra content every single day. And my man Terrell will be a part of that today. It's always posted around 11:30 or noon. If you're not a part of that yet, you definitely want to be, because we're going to be doing stuff every day and every single week. Two things. Did you guys see that it's almost like a rite of passage that one of the teams always has a fire alarm that goes off in their team hotel? And Christian McCaffrey said that he is 100% certain, AB, that this was a setup. And he goes, when you're on the road, this kind of happens to you. And I'm listening to the sound, and I'm like, aren't both teams on the road this particular week? Do you think this was a setup, AB?
I think it was a fan that said, you know what, I'm going to call this in and I'll take the charge on it for sure. But here's the thing, though. You did it too early, dude. What are you doing? You got to hit that thing Saturday night. You don't hit that thing on Thursday night. Yeah.
What?
So I mean, got a little trigger happy on that one, but you know what? There you go.
Why does this always happen, Terrell? That one of the teams gets a fire alarm at 5 a.m., 6 a.m., something like that.
Now, CMC need to stop playing. I was born, but I wasn't born yesterday. You just got to bed. Just got to bed. You are in Vegas. You literally just got to bed that night. Stop making it seem like you was dead in the middle of your sleep. They woke you up out your beauty sleep. You had your little face mask on and you had to look up and, oh, what's going on? What happened? What? No, you probably were taking a shower because you just had a long night. You were out in Vegas. No way. I'm not buying this.
Last thing. And then, Terrell, I'm going to let you get out of here, but I need you to stick around because we got to do our crew exclusives after the show. But you're a sports fan, and we've got one of the legendary sports personalities of all time, Howie Schwab. He's an absolute – he wins every single time. He put out Reba McEntire, Anthem time 84.5. And I kid you not, he sent me a text. AB's used to this, but he sent me a text about 15 minutes ago. He says, Coach, the Reba Anthem time moved to 87.5 seconds, which is why you needed to jump on it at 84.5 a week and a half ago. It's kind of the first one before the coin flip that people love to bet on. You already threw out your Usher play. Have you looked at the Anthem?
I have not done my own research into the Anthem. I think I've told other people that have said that, hey, every time she's performed this Anthem, she has gone under the number. And you know what? That's enough for me. So I'm going to tell the smart heads that sat there and they listened to all of Reba's national anthems. I commend you for timing it. Shout out to the guys that were across the street from the stadium trying to time her practice and see how her practice went. Ultimate DJ move there. I'm going to go in on the under, but I really don't know about this one.
All right. AB, I know you're always looking at the special one. 3 seconds is a big jump. 3 seconds is a big jump from what Howie gave it out at.
Yeah, that's a huge jump. I mean, look, we haven't seen a single half of a point in the total, and we got 3 seconds here on the national anthem. I mean, it goes to show you where everybody's betting on it. And look, man, Terrell's right, dude. Reba, she's efficient. It basically comes down to the Rockets' red glare. All right, are you going to string that thing along? Are you getting right to it? Bam, in and out in this thing, and let's go. She's a pro. She's done this before. I bet that she is quick with the trigger there. I like Terrell's thinking on it.
All right, so we'll go to the under. Terrell, great debut on Driving the Line. I would love, sir, for you to come back, maybe on a weekly basis, maybe a little bit more than if you're available. If you're available,
I'm here. I'm with it.
All right, we're gonna let you get out of here. That is Terrell Furman, the villain, part of the make sure I get it right, Sports Gambling Podcast Network. How good was he, AB?
Solid.
Solid. By the way, Corey in the chat loved Coach's Corner yesterday. We're going to have a lot more of that coming. There's going to be a lot of interviews. I just mentioned if you're not a member of the crew, I appreciate you, Corey, for watching that. Big Cheese, he loved it as well. This is more than just a picks brand, but also yesterday, AB, the big press conference. And we're going to have posted at noon Eastern time today. I've got my reaction. We're going to be doing a lot of wrestling content. We're just not always going to do it on this show, but we'll have it at our YouTube channel. And my reactions are pretty strong to what we saw with The Rock yesterday, Roman Reigns, and you're doing a phenomenal job putting together this YouTube page and having exclusive content here as well, sir.
Thank you. No, I thought we were going to go to a video clip. Yeah, man.
That's my bad.
No. You're good. You're good. Yeah, like, I'll say this, like what we're trying to do is get the YouTube page completely organized so that you can find anything and everything that you need. Crew members, you have specific tab there built just for you. Non-crew members, again, you don't have to be a member of the premium part to enjoy almost everything that we have here. Trying to organize that too. So yeah, Coach, we just want to make sure everybody can get it. Move on wherever they're at. Work, grocery store, in the car. There you go.
And that's my bad. I'm an idiot. I was supposed to toss that video. We're not going to do the video now because it doesn't make sense to do it now. So that's my bad. But if you like the new format today, if you like the new format in the chat, just say yes or no. If you like the picks right at the top, because we want to get this really tightened up for you. Because now that Super Bowl AB is coming to an end, our business starts to pick up. And we're going to see a lot of people showing up over the course of the next month or so, getting ready for March Madness. So how important is it to us to make sure this shows exactly how they want it?
Oh, it's huge, right? So, in what other show out there gives just hands over the reins to you, right? And says, hey, you tell us how you want it, right? So, speak up, you know what I mean? What you like, what you don't like, how where you like each segment. And then, not only, what you're talking about in regards to football being over in March Madness, we got baseball coming up too, both college baseball and Major League Baseball. So we'll get some preview shows and everything up for that as well. So, yeah, man, even though football's ending, dude, it doesn't stop.
Can I host the college baseball preview show with you? I know it's your world. You're the superstar in that world.
Yeah, but I'm not a host, so 100%, please. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Don't make the chat members only. I'm on a budget. Why would we ever do that?
Nah, I never do that.
Look,
let me say this. Like, I want everybody to know, and look, we'll probably say this every show, but the premium, like this show, it will always be free 100%. And driven by exactly what you have right here. You will not miss a beat. You do not have to be a part of anything more. You can always find us every single day, weekday, right there. The premium part is just added more, right? So we always want everyone to understand that everyone, this is your community. You are absolutely valued in all of that. So don't ever think that you have to be like a premium member. Nah, man. No. If you want more, come on. But you don't have to have that. Like, you will get all the stuff. Yeah, just coming and hanging out. So it's your community for sure.
We'll have Coach's Corner a couple times a week. We're also going to have a lot of interviews with different athletes. AB, we're going to have interviews with coaches as well. We're partnering with another big place that we're going to be able to get their interviews and place them here. Because the one thing in sports and sports betting that a lot of people don't do is converge and cross-promote. We just saw with ESPN, Fox, and TNT. They're cross-promoting. That's exactly what we're going to do here at Driving the Line to push everybody and lift everybody up. Darrell says, are you kidding? I love the new format. Let's go. Picks at the top, discussion at the bottom. A lot of you say you like it this way. I love that. All right. I had one other thing I needed to say, but I forgot what it is. But, we always end this way. It's time for the closing bell. All right, AB, what do we got today?
The crew has chosen, coming off a big night where they had to sweat Arizona in 3 OTs to get it. It was Arizona -5.5. Arizona won by 6. It was a sweat. They're going with Dayton VCU over 135.5 tonight. So our man Howie there is on Dayton with the 1.5, and the crew is on the over 135.5.
Interesting. I guarantee you my phone's going to blow up right now, and Howie going, I like that over. I hate that over. Boy, he is so invested. Man, I'm fired up for March Madness, too. I'm fired up for college baseball. I'm fired up for baseball. We'll do it all right here, as AB said. AB, great week. Enjoy the Super Bowl, all right, big boy?
Yes,
Enjoy the Super Bowl. All right. Give me that one shot. You guys know what time it is. It's time for you to pay it forward. It's time for you to go out there and be kind to one another. Spread the show. Share the show. I want everybody to have a place every single morning that you can come and be heard, laugh a little bit, learn a whole bunch, cash some tickets, and then high five each other together. By the way, we've almost done the unthinkable. We're almost already over 3,000 subs at our YouTube page. We only need a few more. Let's get over that today. If you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button today. Also, that like button. So with all that being said, there's only one thing left to do, and I believe you all know. Don't forget, noon Eastern, my reaction on our YouTube page to the press conference. What that is, you've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. Right, entire group, Lobo, our 5-tool player, AB, our silent assassin, Jacob, our special guest today, but hopefully he's here a lot, our man, Terrell Furman, the villain, and all of our team members behind the scenes making this show look like $1 million. I am simply the coach, trying to keep this train on said track. We grind for you so we can win with you. It's truly what we're all about right here at Driving the Line. Good luck.